What energy do you really take on when you do the deed with somebody, whether that's a one-night stand, a partner, a whatever? Do you really know the energy that you're taking on? Do you take on energy? I don't know.
And if you do, is it really that bad?
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of people that have got different ideas, theories around
that act,
the thing, yeah. And I thought we thought we'd have a little look and see what comes up.
Let's get deep down and dirty.
The deed is intrinsic to human experience.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
And vital for shadow work.
So everyone is on their shadow work journey. Let's get to it. You say so.
Okay, so you say it's vital for is that what you said? Vital.
It's intrinsic to the human experience, and it's also vital for shadow work.
Okay. Okay, because people say that when you do the deed with certain people, you take on their energy. Is that correct, or you take on? Is that a thing?
It is, yeah.
And people, especially with not so good people, might look back and think, or not even not so good people, but maybe people that have got, you know, things going on that they don't want to then take on. They might not think that that's a good thing. Is that true? Is it not a good thing?
You've confused me by saying that.
Yeah, I've confused myself.
So you take on the energy of the person you do the deed with. Is that correct? Or some of the energy?
Energy.
Only the energy. Only the energy that you require for you. Okay, well that's rather interesting. I mean, your shadow decides, because when it said only the energy you require for you, if that act is vital for shadow work and you're needing to work through something within your shadow, when it said you only take the energy that you require for you, it made me think of, okay, so if there's something maybe you're working through or needing to work through within your shadow, then you would take on maybe that energy, whatever that energy would be that helps you to work on that shadow aspect.
Yeah.
Is that right? So you don't just take on random crap. You just, it's an energetic exchange of need and requirement. Yes, okay. Oh, no. Okay.
So, like, people are mirrors
for the conscious self.
Conscious self. The deed is like shadow work for the unconscious self. Is that right?
Yes.
That's interesting.
So it's like you're doing it without having to be aware of what you're doing and why it's happening and what energy you're taking on and for what purpose, because it's done on an unconscious level, even though the act itself is not. The act itself you're actively participating in, but the work, the shadow aspect of it, is being done on an unconscious level. Yes, okay.
So when we look back and we think, oh, why did I,
yeah,
you know, what was I thinking? It probably was actually serving a big purpose at the time, even though it might not have felt like it, or it might make us not so happy now in looking back on that. But everything happens for a reason, doesn't it?
Yes. Okay. That's quite fascinating. I mean, could you, knowing that then, can you actively go in with an intention when you're doing the deed?
It's not your decision. It's the shadow.
So it doesn't matter. So even if you say, Okay, I'm going to set my intention to work on this aspect of my shadow that I've been trying to work on. It doesn't make a difference because it's the shadow aspect of you that actually sets that intention. Yes.
Yeah, and also if you think about it, the conscious you doesn't necessarily know why you're choosing that person. Because what needs healing is in the shadow. You most likely aren't aware of it.
But I'm just thinking, say, like me, I've been with my partner for 10 years. So I'm not going to go out and randomly pick another person. Do you know what I mean? That's where I was going with it. Like...
Oh, so when you're in a
long-term relationship.
Before we ask that, let's ask this.
Okay.
Because not always, a lot of us would have had multiple partners in the past, and then suddenly settled down and been with a partner
for a long time,
like you and I have. I'm 12 years. You're what? 11? 10 years. Which is a long time. So. What was I going to ask?
I don't know.
So basically, like, what would that indicate? I mean, because now I'd be thinking, well, I can't go and do my shadow work in that way anymore because I'm with.
Yeah, no, but that's why I'm saying, is there a difference between the shadow work you'd be doing, say, if you were single and you were meeting different partners, to say the shadow work you'd be doing if you're with a long-term partner? Is there a difference in that? End up with the...
I don't understand that.
You end up with the closest shadow match. So I guess what it's trying to say is, and I could be wrong, is like when you're just like maybe not in a long-term relationship, you're kind of seeing different people, doing the deed with different people, you are working through lots of different things, but for them it's going to maybe be different for you. And then when you settle down, get into a long-term relationship, that person you're with in a long-term relationship has the closest shadow match to you. So the very similar, like, shadow issues that, well, not issues, but things that you have. So that way you can work through them together because you're in a long, stable relationship, and you can spend long time you know,
don't need
it's not something that can be done in a night. Maybe the things that can be done in a one session are the this is so difficult, are like the people you just have the one night stand with. But the people, the maybe the things that you need longer to work on are the people you end up in long-term relationships with. Like me with Adam now, in the 10 years I've been with him, I have spent a long time learning to love myself, and he has helped me massively with that. That's not something I could have done in a one-night stand if that was done on an energetic basis, because I would need to be with somebody who I am with for a long time.
And someone like him.
And somebody like him.
That makes a lot of sense.
That's the only way I can understand it. So long-term relationships would be long-standing things held in your shadow. Because prior to being with him, I didn't love myself at all.
Yeah, but maybe prior to being with him, you had to have lots of... Not lots, but you had to have more multiples to get other things out first.
Yeah, exactly.
Before you worked on the big thing that you can do in the long-term relationship.
Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe the short, quick meetings are short, quick things that don't really need a lot. But the long-standing issues are the things you deal with long-term partners. And they also, it says yes, and they also will probably have very similar shadow things to deal with as well, because it said your closest shadow match. Would that be correct? Yes.
Okay.
That's interesting. So everybody who's in a long-term relationship, have a think about your partner, what your shadow things are, and do you see similarities within your partner in that? I'd love to hear in the comments, just out of interest. I can see similarities between me and Adam, not mirror similarities, but they are very similar.
I can't.
And we've had very similar upbringings, so we've got very similar like traumas we've had to overcome.
See, I can't with me and Dan.
Yeah, you will. There will be. You have to think about it right now.
Yeah, I can't stop thinking about it now.
Sorry.
Just wasn't one. Okay.
You'd be, when you sit and look at it, two are very similar.
Yeah. Okay.
It doesn't have to be mirror exact, but you will be working on the same long-standing issues as each other.
It isn't necessarily a negative thing, and about how people have said, well, that energy lingers with you, and da 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 da. It's like
it's purposeful.
It's purposeful, but then
even the things you don't think are purposeful, even the drunken get-ups that we've all had. So let's not pretend we haven't.
Yeah, but when people say like, oh, it's bad for your energy.
Yes.
Is that a thing? Are we taking on bad energy like by sleeping with certain people? What?
No, you are more powerful than...
You're more powerful than humans give credit for. Was you going to say something else? You are more powerful than humans give credit for. You stand in your
soul essence only.
Soul essence
only
taking
what
you require.
Okay,
is that right?
Anything else? Right, you are more powerful than humans give credit for. You stand in your soul essence only taking what you require, aka we need to stop thinking that we're taking everyone else's shit all the time.
We need to stop thinking that we're just some feeble, vulnerable little humans that have no power and no strength, and that we are just going to be target for all of the outside forces and everybody else, even other humans.
When we stand in our own sovereignty and our own soul essence, I actually really like that.
We take what we require.
Yeah, we take what we need and we give what others need. It's very much like the deed. It's a reciprocity process. You give and you take. We're taught to think that we're
I think it's important as well, doing this work, is to say, why do you think we're so lied to? Why do you think there's so much distortion in the world? The only reason that the powers that be have all this distortion is because...
we allow it.
Because we're powerful. If we were not a problem, if we did not hold power, they'd just ignore us. They wouldn't need to worry about us, would they? They'd just be like, well, off you pop. But we are powerful. But all of the distortion and then the conditioning and everything, it's leading us to believe that we are weak, that we're not powerful. We look at aliens. Oh, the aliens are coming to save us. Why don't we save us?
Yeah, we save us.
We will save us.
And it started off the session saying the deed is an intrinsic part of the human experience. It is woven in. It is supposed to be there. So thinking that if you go and do that with somebody, you're taking on their energy and other people's energy, and that's not going to be good for your own energy, you're just doing yourself a disservice, because one, it's awesome. Two, the shadow aspect of it. I mean, you're denying another person the ability to work through that by the energy you're giving them, and denying yourself the ability to work through yours by what you're not allowing to be given to you. Everything is supposed to be flowing and harmonious, and and
everything is, it's...
I know what I'm doing later. Sorry, I got shadow work to do. I'll be texting Vicky all the time now. Give me some shadow work, babe.
But it's like things happen for a reason, and we have people coming in and out of our lives, and some may only stay 5 minutes, and some might be good and some might be bad. But
it's all
everybody's
purposeful.
here for a reason. You don't meet anybody by accident.
No.
We met a few years ago it was meant to be, it was meant to stay.
Mhm.
We were meant to do this, we were meant to be friends as well. First and foremost, we were friends, and then we started doing this.
Mhm.
But there's been other people that have come along the way that were only here for a short amount of time. But I know for a fact they taught me something.
Oh God, yeah. We're always learning and growing, and other people are the mirrors that do that. So it would make complete sense that on a subconscious level, you need the deed to work through.
However, I do want to just put a little side note in here to say that does not mean that we are not aware and compassionate or empathic or understanding about the fact that some people will encounter very bad people.
Oh yes, no, that's a completely different scenario, and that aside, we're just talking about consensual.
So we're not talking about that. That would be another issue and would require another video. So we're not invalidating those experiences or trying to say that they were part of the, designer life or anything like that. That's not what we're saying here. But yeah.
I know. Is there anything else that has been maybe misconstrued around that topic, that energy? Okay.
Yeah, I have heard this. Oh wow, I think it's going to say.
The big O
is actually life force being replenished, not being taken away. So it's actually when you have that is a good thing, and why it feels good, because it's the replenishing of life force, rather than what a lot of people believe that's...
It's your life force being drained from you.
Yeah, and it's not, is it?
No.
No, it's not. And you don't have to believe what we're saying here.
Oh no, yeah. Take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't.
The way I kind of...
I'm never not having a big O. They're my favourite thing in the world.
If it feels good, then why would it be?
Well, that's the thing. I always think of a YouTuber I follow. I forget her name every time. But the one thing she always says, and no, I'm not religious, nor is she. So she's not talking about a religious sense, but she always says, if it feels good, it's God.
There you go. And it's creation.
It is creation.
It's what is part of the...
And again, of course, they're going to
life.
Demonise anything that's good for us.
But it's a lot of the New Age people that say this, and the spiritual people. And if you do say this, or you do believe this isn't us having a go, but...
No, because everyone's entitled to their own perspective.
They are, and we can't give information to suit other people's spiritual beliefs. We have to give what we get. And... it's never done me any wrong.
No, I've always enjoyed it, I'll be honest.
My mood lifts.
Yeah, and mine. I feel so good.
Yeah, I mean, it does. It helps my mood a lot. It's oxytocin and all that, isn't it?
It releases the happy hormones.
Yeah. So I don't really...
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so is there anything else you want to talk about on this topic before we end the video? I'm sure we're going to have loads of questions on it.
Men stopped doing the... There was that thing, the big craze, weren't there?
Where they stopped doing the old Tommy Tank?
Yeah,
Did they?
remember?
No.
Yeah, and they put themselves on a ration of it. Not
Why?
A ration, but I don't know. Is that, is that really good for them?
We're not talking about that today. Mans went silly. You talking about what Vicky said about putting themselves on a ration? Yeah. Silly.
I mean, maybe it's something that's been believed for years. I don't know. It could be like a...
Well, don't they? I mean, I could be wrong. Like, they put boxers and footballers and things like that on like a SEX ban for like a few days before the fight to build the testosterone up in the body or something. I could be wrong. But I think I've heard that.
But if you think about it, the testosterone is building up. you know, that's not good, is it?
Well, it just makes them very frustrated.
But this is the toxic masculinity we're trying to get away from, surely.
Well, you'd think that, yeah. I mean, but I don't know
No.
what science they've got that backs that that's actually a good thing. I'm sure somebody can tell us.
So what, you mean in sport that they tell men they can't do it?
I'm pretty sure they do in boxing for definite. I could be completely wrong.
But that would indicate to me that makes them a little bit more aggressive.
Okay. Well, I think that's so cool. I mean, I think we're going to have loads of questions on it. This was not a topic we thought we'd talk about today, so there's that. What is?
Dangerous.
What, to...
Just stop yourself from...
Tummy tanking?
So men should be doing that.
Can we clarify what you mean by dangerous, though?
What?
Visal. V-I-S-A-L. Right. Visceral.
What does visceral mean?
I'll have to Google it a second. Yeah. Visceral. It describes deep, instinctive, emotional reactions felt deep inside, or it refers literally to the soft internal organs inside the body. So it talks about things like your gut reactions, strong emotions, basically.
Right, so it said dangerous. What do you mean by dangerous? Visceral. So it causes strong emotions.
Is that what you're trying to say? Yes.
So like exaggeratedly big emotions.
Yes.
Are they of the more negative type?
Well, I just think that emotions are heightened. I don't necessarily... It would be all emotions, I'd thought.
And is that not a good thing?
Yes and no. Because let's heighten the good emotions, but you don't want the negative emotions heightened. You don't want the anger and the frustration and the aggression heightened. So it's a good thing and it's not a good thing, depending on the emotion being felt at the time.
Yeah.
That's heightened.
Is that right? So...
Yes.
I mean, I wonder who started this thing with the... I don't know.
I have nothing. But there you go. I mean... We can definitely come back to this topic and bring through more information. We will always look at the comments you leave. I think that's quite interesting. So go out, do the deed, have fun. Be careful though, unless you want babies. Because that's where babies come from.